Hi, I'm Tommi Krasic,
And I'm Erik Osterlund.
and we are the directors of Spider-Man Seasons of Change. Scribbly. That's alright. Next one. So, this is our fight scene with Kraven and Spider-Man. So, if we start off inside Peter's room, I love this one. So, this one was done, visually and practically. So, we had two wires. We have a wire here. You can see it in this shot right now. Wire there. We also had a wire attached there. So basically, when the spider web hits the lens, this wire pulls. That way, when the spider web retracts, this one here is pulled. So yeah, it's just a nice way to give the visual effect of the spider web a little bit more practicality, make it believable that it could actually impact the mask and give it some movement. Obviously, if we didn't do that, it'd look a little bit fake. The spider web does have a bit of weight to it. It's a projectile. It would make something move a little bit. And being that it's a mask and it's not necessarily got any weight to it, it would move it just that little bit. So I think that was a nice practical touch to that sequence. And here we have, nicely done, Erik's CG shot. I love this. These trees here, I'm in love with. I think that, just gives it a nice border, frames it, these buildings, the symmetry of the buildings on the side, everything about it. I love this one. This is a nice shot. Quickly on Spider-Man landing, a tip that we have for any of you trying to make a Spider-Man film. If you want to make a believable, cheap Spider-Man film, always have Spider-Man landing in the frame. Use sound. Sound is a very good tool. So if you don't necessarily have the ability to do visual effects, having Spider-Man swing in and land like that, sound. Use the sound of distant spider web, make it a little bit louder as it gets closer, and then Spider-Man lands into the frame. It's a very good tip. It's a very cheap and effective tip, so there you go. That's one for you guys. The spider sense. Alright, so the spider sense. I've done the spider sense. The spider sense was something that I've tested back in 2019, so that's where I kind of started tinkering with the idea of having this visual spider sense. Early on, we decided on going with the yellow color, being a little bit more truthful to the comics, or even, I think it's the animated show that had that yellow color. Another alternative we had was blue, but we decided to go with yellow. There's a few things in this effect. We have first the distorted ripple effect that goes over the entire background. So you kind of isolate, you cut out Spider-Man, so he's not affected by the ripple, and you literally just distort the background. I used a droplet effect and basically just grew the droplet to make that ripple look. And that's to show the distortion reality, like he's almost not in touch with reality, he's in a different state of sense or whatever. And then you have, obviously the spiky spider sense, which looks great on camera. And especially using shallow depth of field, that is the best tool you can have. Shallow depth of field makes anything look cinematic. And especially with sequences like this, a lot of the other Spider-Man movies use it when the spider sense goes off. It's very, close up, shallow depth of field, and to really isolate Spider-Man, to show he's really in that moment by himself. And then here we have our nod to the Spider-Man 2002 movie with the spider sense. And now we're traveling with the spider sense. This is Peter looking around the environment, nice and quick. The visual blur, so here we have our nice visual blur to show how quick the spider sense is moving. And obviously Peter not being too in tune with the spider sense just as of yet, he kind of gets held up on little things. So he's held up on the plant, he gets held up on the grass, stuff like that. So focusing on that, looking around, climbs up the tree, twitchy spots, danger. And then we have our vertigo effect. One thing I took out of uni, we went to film school. That's where me and Erik met. We went to film school. And that's, I think the best thing that I've taken out of this vertigo effect. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like a dolly zoom, or I call it the vertigo effect. And it's basically just moving in while I zoom out, or either zooming in while I move out. And it creates a very nice effect. Alright, so moving forward, this jump looks great now. When we first filmed it, it looked wimpy. So when we first filmed it, it was a side-on shot, just like we are now. And basically, Erik ducks, I jump over, but it looked disgusting. You could see me jumping. I had to jump from a pretty far distance if we filmed it like that. Yeah, it looked like I was literally just leaping over Spider-Man. It didn't look very, so good, get up and off. It didn't look good. It didn't look really good. So, yeah, we went for this shot. So I think this is the third time we refilmed it. And I think, yeah, I'll give a shout out to Hamish. Hamish is the one that came up with doing it like this. We were, yeah, on the day, how can we film it differently? Didn't want to film it on that side profile. Hamish goes, oh, let's do it like the Transformers. So I'm pretty sure he got this idea like the Transformer shot where you pan across from a low angle while the thing goes over the top and the character's, whoa. So yeah, in the end, it looked great, looked fantastic. But because we did film this a lot later in the year, we filmed originally in summer, and this was filmed like in like winter, I think.
Probably, yeah.
So the biggest difference was none of these trees in the back, oh well, that's the wrong way. None of the trees in the back had leaves. All the leaves has fallen off in the season, so you obviously can see it up here kind of thing. Basically what I did was I isolated the yucky browny, grey, yellow colour of the background trees. Obviously they're not green anymore, and I just made them green. I isolated the colour and I shifted it. I used the hue and saturation tool and made them all green. So yeah, that if I took that out, that'd all look dead. It would look like it's not even in the same scene, and yeah, I think that's, yeah, because it's nice and quick, it just makes it look nice and it works. Gotta say, love this fight sequence. It's a great fight sequence. With Kraven, we have him being a bit more of a wrestler, a brawler. He's not necessarily throwing punches and kicks. He's more grabbing Spider-Man, grappling with him a little bit more. And that's something that we decided a little bit earlier on. He's not necessarily, yeah, a fighter. He's more of a brawler, if that makes sense, or a wrestler. But you take this. You need to explain this one.
So, being the stunt double, the motto was just send it. For the art of cinema, we would just send it. We if we got hurt, we got hurt. It didn't really matter.
Easy days.
That's it. So a lot of these shots, we would jump as high as we could and land as hard as we could. And I remember a few of these shots hurt.
Just quickly. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to sell it as best I can. I didn't even throw, Eric. I'm just doing.
This beast.
But yeah.
Actually, you can see how dirty we are already because of how many times we've done it.
There, yeah.
Right here, nice and dirty.
Yeah, I've already threw him. I think I threw him like 4 times prior to this. And mind you, I think a lot of the time we did have a crash mat. It might have been like this thick. It wasn't the biggest thing, but we're lucky enough to have one. But not lucky enough to remember it every time. So it'd be a few times we'd forget the crash mat, and it's just, I've got like, yeah, picnic pillows in the back of my car or something like that, and then just, yeah, a couple pillows this big, yeah, let's just land on that. And a cardboard box. One cardboard box. Oh man.
Anyway, every shot that you see in the film is the one where we were like, just do it. And so yeah, one of my fondest memories, I guess. Here's Tommy laughing in this shot. But anyway, the story is we had one tree either side of this shot, and we tied a rope between, just above frame, and before action, I was up the top hanging by my arms and swinging backwards and forth, and we would, communicate saying, oh, on 3 I'll let go, you grab my ankle and slam me down. A couple times we got close to going a bit AWOL, so Tommy said, oh no, I won't grab your ankle anymore, we'll just make it look like I did. I said, no, we'll just send it. So I did, and it looks great, so we ended up using it, but
Spider-Man isn't the real hero of this film. It's Black Bars. Black Bars are the real hero, I'll tell you that much, because I'm dying. Obviously, if you've seen us on Instagram and TikTok, you can see Eric and I, there's a shot where we're reacting to this and we're just pissing ourselves. Especially me in this shot. I am dying. Eric, what sound you make?
Oh. Not much acting going on here. This is me just trying to recover.
That was post-fall. This is great. Little camera shake, Craven zipping out, that's how you make Craven look quick. Camera shakes make anyone look quick, so yeah, good tip. Yeah, this is great here. Everything's in darkness. This is Spider-Man finally coming to sense with the spider sense, coming in unison, he's understanding it. He's finally listening to it. Craven running in the background, love that. And then we have our nice spider sense ripple, but the ripple, as the ripple comes across, it also wipes the color back into the scene to show, yep, I'm back. So from being, listening to myself, trying to wait for the spider sense, yep. Back to reality, oh, there goes gravity. Now he's ready. Yeah, again we have Craven doing very much of the brawler wrestler. He's very much on the ground, he rolls around, he's not afraid to get dirty.
So I've been meaning to...
That then mimics the previous scene. So Spider-Man here catching Craven's arm, as Craven caught Spider-Man's arm before. Now the tables have turned, Spider-Man is the one in control. So nice little visual storytelling cue. Nice little plot point. Now we have, nice blend of practical and CG. Obviously webs Erik's doing. This was fun. So here we have, I think, Erik down the bottom. We had a rope attached to the tree. Right here. And Erik's just going back and forth pulling it. So it looks like Spider-Man's web is genuinely interacting with the tree. So again, like we've said this whole time, if you can blend practical with the visual, it's gonna look 10 times better. If that tree hadn't been moving, it would have looked like Spider-Man had no weight. He wasn't actually there. It would have just looked like Spider-Man whipping around the scene. So if you can incorporate visual and practical, you're winning. You're winning. This is like I was saying previously. This web is made out of cling wrap. So yeah, obviously I figured this out a little earlier on. You pull cling wrap, you get that nice sheen, twist it a little bit, and it looks like a Spider-Man web. So yeah, that looks fantastic in that sequence. It hits the light hits on it very, very nicely. But this is just a reverse shot. It's the reverse sequence, so it looks like the web is attaching to the tree. So basically, I had it previously attached and just yoinked it off. Put it in reverse, and you get a sequence like that. And then same thing just goes for the other side. Das Vidania. Spider-Man. Oh, well then Erik can talk about this one. I forgot about this. Go for it.
Yeah, okay. It's just, once I got quicker at making these shots, Tommy was sort of
asking left, right, centre. Can we do another one?
Can we have this shot here? So yeah, okay. You know, just to keep the momentum of the film going, I guess. We just wanted
transitions a little easier.
Yeah, that's it. A nice quick transition between scenes. No better way to do that than with a swinging shot. I've actually done a very similar shot to this before. If you've seen any CG Spider-Man, you've probably heard of Peter France from Corridor Crew. He released all this Spider-Man stuff for free. Did a practice shot that looked almost identical to this. And that was basically the whole premise for this. Tommy said, oh, can we just get this between, you know, the forest and the feast centre? Let's remake that shot but with our model, and that's the story, I guess. These buildings here, these are all from Peter France. But the ones in the background, those are just pictures.
Oh, then obviously this shot too.
Yeah, more CG in this. I guess the only real thing is the actual building. None of these are real. The feast centre, that was made by me. The tape.
Caution tape, yeah.
These are all added in.
The boards.
Panels.
Yeah, so that was glass. So obviously glass is reflective. Erik and I are standing right here. You can see us. So yeah, the boards were just a clever way to just, cover us at least. And then it's just a matter of masking this out. So these are real. Mask that out. Photo in the back. Fake birds up the top. And then graffiti. I don't think anyone's picked up on that one yet. The TOROTO Easter egg. So
that was more.
That was just for us. That was just for us, yeah. Anyway, I think that's the end of that scene. Let's move on to the next one.
So I've been meaning to... What happened to your sleeves?